for end-to-end healing of an individual. If the individual is not able to afford it, then I think Heal Tour steps in.
We are actually already doing a pilot program with a mid-level hospital where the entire international patient department is handled by Heal Tour itself. We have increased like 300% of income for international patients. What happens is the large hospitals will become large, but the medium-scale hospitals won't become large.
It's like, the rich will become rich, the poor will remain poor, right? And also, what's the revenue generation that's happening?
Expected revenue from this medical tourism. We have patients coming from other countries. India has initiated a program called Heal in India 3-4 years ago.
Heal in India with Heal Tour. Our empathy and from our culture, I get this Sanskrit word Atiti Devo Bhava. India should be the hotspot.
India is already the hotspot for the medical tourism.
But why India, Prashanti?
Our doctors prove that.
I think, the best project I have done till now is to work on myself, Prashanti.
Let's go and talk about the book that you wrote. You have mentioned like hormone reset.
Now, be it thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, any hormonal imbalance, why is it that a person is diagnosed with thyroid?
Hello everyone, welcome to our first ever podcast of Heal to Solutions. This is Prashanti. So on first podcast, let's welcome my friend. Like personally, I know her for 7+ years, I would say, and she's not just a like hormone health coach. Apart from that, she herself is a woman, and being someone who is an author, a speaker, and she wrote herself a book called Hormone Reset, which I think most widely many women are buying it and following her on Instagram as well for wellness tips from her as well. So here we have Purnima Peri, so my friend, and also a wellness coach, and she is an IT engineer in an Australian government, one of the companies of Australian government. So here we go.
Thank you so much for beautiful welcome, Prashanti. It is my pleasure to be part of this episode, this podcast, and for us to have a conversation about, what is Heal Tour all about. I'm super excited, definitely, because, when I was first introduced to that word, I'm like, oh, heal and tour. Heal sounds something very familiar, and tour is more about, it's about touring, going from one place to another. So that's how I connected the lines of what Heal Tour is. But yeah, I think I would love this conversation having with you on what Heal Tour is, learning more about it, and all the amazing services you and the entire organization is providing globally.
Basically, I think it's kind of something related, similar to what you are thinking like. But here, like, touring is something we think like if we are going for a tour, it's just like entire entertainment kind of thing. But there is a need that people needs to travel to some other place to get treated or to heal themselves. So Heal Tour is here and has started with a vision that we need to provide health services to most underserved communities or countries. That's what we are trying to do. We are trying to bridge the gap where these underserved communities get treatment, specifically in India, since we do have a good medical, good hospitals, and also we do have high quality medical care in India that can get treated, in affordable cost.
Yeah.
So people don't have to drain their pockets completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. I think it's a very noble service that is being provided and resonates with me even more given the space I come from. So yeah, more excited to, especially when there are countries which are underprivileged in its medical services and they don't know what to do, where to go. I think Heal Tour comes as that bridging gap, doing the end-to-end service from, probably booking their tickets, getting their visa done, bringing them to hospital, and then doing end-to-end care of from where they were with their health to their transformation in its own way. So I think, it's a very, very noble service, Prashanti.
Nice to hear those words from you. I think you are doing way more better because you are doing it virtually, because I believe the thing that you are providing is wellness for women, right? So I myself have known you, and when we first met, like in our office, like you were there for a job, and then later you went to Australia. We were in touch for a long time as well. Later you got busy, and I got both of us got busy in our lives and all.
Correct.
So like but I regularly follow you, like the things, the videos that you do, and the reality that you're bringing, like why wellness is important, especially why is it for women also.
Yeah.
Apart from that, this is something that is there, is the information is available online, and we can do online consultation. If woman or anybody follows it, they can get it cured. But there are other conditions. Let's say we have medical conditions of heart transplantation,
Yeah.
or any body part like transplantations, or any transplantations or chemos, any other surgeries, critical surgeries, they have to travel.
Correct.
They must travel, and they go to some other place.
Correct.
Let's say in India, let's say basically in India, we have a good medical, medical care and all.
Yeah.
If I am unwell, I'll directly go to the hospital, get it checked,
Correct.
get it done. And if treatment is required, I'll go through some insurance company. If I have insurance, we'll get it done. There is no wait time, but we do have ample number of hospitals.
Correct.
Let's say I don't have to go on such a way should I get it treated.
Correct.
But there are countries,
Yeah.
and even for highly developed countries, the expenses of this same medical treatment is very high.
Yes.
There will be people who can afford it, and there will be people who cannot afford it.
Absolutely.
So that's where Heal Tour comes in picture.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
that's what we call now like medical tourism, or you call it medical value tourism.
Yeah.
We do it, we help the patients from starting to ending. Because if they have diagnosed themselves, or they have diagnosed in any medical or in any hospital in their country,
Yeah.
so and they have found, or they have reached out to us,
Yeah.
we'll arrange medical video consultations,
Yeah.
other things with the hospital that we have tie up with. So from there it begins, like we have interpreters who will communicate, because see, if it's English, it's easy.
Yes.
It can be communicated easily and all.
Yes.
But we do have people from Arab countries who don't know English as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Arab countries are there, like Arab countries in the sense Middle East,
Correct.
to say Middle East, and apart from that we have African countries and all. So these people, there are people who does not know
How to speak English. Yeah.
So we do have interpreters for them, so they communicate with them. So I would say they are not just coordinators. They show the empathy, like there
Yeah.
is someone who is coming for somewhere else. They
Yes.
want to get treated in India.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is the point that we are highlighting, and currently at this moment we have agencies. So having agencies in their countries, they want to get treated here.
Correct.
Okay, the treatment cost again builds up. So
Yes.
everything. See, let's say if you're buying a commodity,
Yes.
what happens with the commodity?
Yeah.
The manufacturing cost, the transport, everything, including the taxes, will be put on the consumer. The same thing for the patients also.
Correct.
Suppose if there is any
The middleman
the
cost.
middleman cost, yes. The
yes.
middleman cost will be on the patient itself.
Yes.
So that's what we want to do, because we want to remove it.
Okay.
At this moment, it might not be possible in one day, but it will happen.
Yeah.
So we have this entire system set up where somebody gets, let's say you are there, you are
Yeah.
in any country, you are unwell.
Yeah.
So you have come to know you have to undergo surgery.
Correct.
Which might cost a lot.
Correct.
Where you live in Australia.
Correct.
So which might cost very high.
Correct,
So you reach out to Heal Tour. So or like let's say you are someone who don't speak English.
Yeah.
For example, let's
Yeah,
say.
yeah, of
So we
course.
have interpreters
Yes.
who understands what you speak.
Correct.
And they connect with the relevant doctors, hospitals. They arrange video consultations. My team will be there in the consultations. They'll interpret and explain you what is your health condition, how serious it is, whether do you need immediate treatment, or do you can get it done in your place, or you can get certain like tests in your place if it is available. Otherwise, if it is not available and if it's a serious condition,
Correct. Yeah.
so we'll help you starting from the booking of the flight, so accommodation here, and then consultations in the hospital with the doctors.
Yeah.
So one person will be with them all the time until they get completely treated, rested here, and
Yeah.
then they go back to their countries. After that, also post consultations.
Yeah.
Definitely, when somebody undergoes a surgery, post consultation is something that is very,
Very
important.
important. True.
True. So this is the entire thing of into what we were doing at this moment.
Yeah. It's so inspiring, right? When I'm listening to all of this, the question that comes to my mind is one thing that you spoke about is empathy. And I think that's absolutely needed in today's
Yeah.
era, right? Otherwise, we live in a chaotic world where everything is like I'm doing, and then there is no human touch, there is no human connection. I know we are going to talk about AIs as well a little
Yes.
later, but I think even as humans, we have evolved to become
Yeah.
in some form as a robot of monotonously working and doing few things. And in such an era when Heal Tour is coming, and the other thing that comes to my mind is also how you are a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
I would look at it in that way, one-stop shop for end-to-end healing of an individual, no matter where they are from. It is not necessarily from an underprivileged country, even from well-developed countries. If the individual is not able to afford
Yes,
it,
yeah.
then I think Heal Tour is then steps in.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yes.
And along having interpreters is even more wonderful, because that would mean you're allowing yourself to expand globally, not just sticking to English-speaking countries.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Now coming back to over here, let's say because it is now an India-based, you are or India-based and Hyderabad-based at this point in time. Would you say that you have hospitals that which you have chosen intentionally, you have connected with, and are they medium-scale hospitals or are they big-scale hospitals? How is the process, Prashanti?
So right now, we do have large scale hospitals,
Yeah.
and with the point with large scale hospitals is like they already have it.
Correct.
They already have international patient divisions. They already get patients from international like other countries.
Yeah.
But with them also, the problem is with like they have to maintain everything. They might not be able to provide them end to end. Like they may assign somebody
Yes.
for interpretation or somebody who can coordinate and all. But coming to the travel accommodation,
Yes.
so the patient it will fall on the patient's family.
Yeah.
They'll have to go through a lot of stress. Like it's an unknown
Absolutely.
country. Suppose
Yes.
if we are going for trip alone, we will think like where will we stay, what
Yeah.
will we eat and
Yeah.
all. Somebody
Yeah.
is traveling with someone, their family, and one of the family member is not well.
Correct.
So what will they do?
Yeah.
So
Already they're under tremendous pressure.
right?
Correct.
So we'll take up all the burden.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
they have the assurance that we do have someone.
Absolutely.
We do have someone
to
over
rely
there.
on.
They will take care of all the things.
Uh-huh.
So coming to mid-scale or medium-scale hospitals, right? So they are not very well, or I would not say very well. They're not into medical tourism or international patient division at this moment. But
Okay.
we do have lot of talent. We do know, because
true.
if we see, we do have local hospitals which treat very well.
Absolutely, and they're underdogs, honestly speaking,
Yes.
because they are not.
Nobody
they do not have the
knows.
visibility,
Yes,
right? Yeah, they're
obviously.
literally underdogs. We don't have visibility
Yeah.
of them, and in an era where we live on social media, literally, right? I think doctors are doing things on social media,
Yes.
but I would still agree with you that we have doctors who are literally like underdogs who do not have visibility, but might not necessarily work with big recognized hospitals.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love your insights
No,
on
we
that.
are actually already doing a pilot program with a mid-level hospital, where the entire international patient department is handled by Heal Tour itself.
Oh,
So
wow.
they doctors belong to the hospital itself.
Correct.
But the international patient department maintaining it and managing itself is very toughest job.
100%.
Yeah, so mid-level hospitals can outsource it to Heal Tour.
Yeah.
So we are already doing the pilot project with one of the hospital. So it's going well so far, and we have increased like 300% of income for international patients. Let's say, I would say,
Yeah. Okay.
because it's already popular locally. What happens is, like, let's say large scale hospitals are there. They
Correct.
will increase what they are doing, either the digital marketing thing or digital systems and everything. But when we are coming to middle scale hospitals, what happens is, like, if they are not improving their visibility, they are not expanding their wings, let's say, they are not doing that, what happens is the large hospitals will become large, but the medium scale hospitals won't
Yeah.
become large.
It's like, the rich will become rich, the poor will remain poor, right?
That's
if you're able
kind
to
of
use
thing,
that analogy.
yes.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like rich will become rich, poor will become poor. That's a different aspect. But here, like, they are talented. Doctors are talented.
Correct.
You know, there will be very less rate of failures also. That should be shared with other people, like their talent or um their healthcare services should be shared to others also. Everybody else should get their services.
Correct. The visibility need to increase.
Other
right?
additional
Yeah.
point is like they don't charge you
A
no,
bomb.
a bomb,
A
on
bomb,
you.
literally a bomb, right?
Yeah, they don't charge you a bomb on
Correct.
you.
Correct. Yeah.
And they are very close, and you find doctors speaking very closely to you as well. Not only the people from our company,
Hmm.
doctors also will be like very close to the patients as well.
Yeah. See, again, it is the humanity and human
Yes.
touch, right? Which is probably lacking
Yes,
drastically.
that's lacking drastically. You were talking about AI earlier.
Yeah.
We do use AI, but only for like messaging or ticket booking kind of things.
Correct.
But if there is no human touch, there is no empathy. A robot cannot say, cannot show any empathy.
Robots cannot feel Prashanti, right? You'd have seen that movie.
They cannot feel.
Yeah, Teri Aankhon Mein Aisa Uljha Jiya movie where Kirti Sanon was a robo.
Okay.
And it's,
Yeah.
right? Kirti
Yes.
Sanon and Shahid.
She can't feel anything,
Correct,
yeah.
absolutely. ठीक है. This is what she keeps saying through the movie. So yeah, robot
Whatever
can-
he is, like she just does it without thinking anything.
Absolutely, no emotions, no feelings, no
Yeah,
empathy,
obviously.
nothing.
Yes.
That yeah. So like you said, you can use it up to a certain extent, and we should use it for a
We should
certain
use
extent
it,
as
yes.
well. Right, but again, and when people talk to me, Prashanti, about AIs will take over all the jobs, I'm like, no, it is not.
No,
possible.
it's not possible.
It's not possible. We still need that human touch.
Still today, let's say, if I have over a lot of pressure in the work,
Correct.
I definitely would want somebody who can I dump it on.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
or else to share, like, women have this kind of thing, like gossiping.
Yeah, yeah,
Or we want
yeah.
to blame somebody else.
Yeah.
But we need someone to share with.
Correct.
I'll call my sister.
Yeah, correct. You cannot say ChatGPT, today I have gone through this. Then, I've actually done that. And that's why I'm giving you that example. I've actually done it. So, one day I was feeling really low. So I told ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, today morning I woke up feeling very low. I just didn't feel like doing anything, etc., etc. And ChatGPT tells me, oh, that's so sad to hear. You should try this. You should try this. I'm like, I don't want you to tell me what I want to try. I want you
to
listen, console, and that's it. So,
If possible, bitch the other person.
yeah,
That's what
as-
woman has this habit of, like, if somebody hurts you,
Yeah.
if you're sharing with your sister, definitely she'll scold them along with you.
yeah. So, absolutely. Makes sense. True. Cool. So, coming back to the AI thing that we were talking about. Yes, it is beneficial, but I don't think at any point in time it can replace a human existence with what we are
Definitely,
doing.
see.
Yeah.
That is a saying, like, people live to give service, or apart from that, we feel happy when we service somebody else.
Correct.
Well, we give service. Either, let's say, if the person is not related to you,
Yeah.
though also,
Yeah.
you give them a meal.
Yeah.
You feel very happy.
Correct.
But and at the same time, if you are getting a service or a help or from somebody who is your friend or relative who is a human,
Correct.
you internally will feel happy and think that there is somebody.
Yeah.
There is already somebody who thinks of myself, or
Absolutely.
who thinks of me.
Absolutely.
But that cannot be happen with AI.
True. And when you talk about service, right, it also resonates with what I do.
Yes.
Wherein, it is all about people come to me with so much burden that they carry on their
Yeah.
shoulders. Oh, I had this issue with my in-laws, with my husband, my work is not going well, my kids are not listening to me, and they're so burdened when they come. All that they want at the end of the day is an listening ear. And when they pour through their vocabulary, or, I call it as something verbal vomit, when they do that, they're like, Amma Purnima, I'm done. I think this is what I wanted to do. I'm like, all right, fine, if this is what you wanted to do, it's good. But yeah, I think when we come to service industry, again, I go back to using the word noble, because especially I think health is, with India, I think health is... we are, for not all good reasons, like we are the diabetic capital, so we have several health issues. And in such an era, if the organization is working towards bringing in people for their transformation, getting surgeries done, getting chemos done, doing things that which will not only satisfy them but satisfy their loved ones.
Yes.
I think that gratification is totally different.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
No, I totally agree with you, Purnima.
So something that intrigues me is Prashanti, in terms of where we are currently in terms of the international patients coming in and getting treated. Would you be able to actually let me know what is the number of international patients that are coming in to India for their treatments, and also what's the revenue generation that's happening?
So currently we have 2 million patients every year
Wow.
coming in for treatment, surgeries, kind of things in
That's
India.
huge.
That's a huge number, and the revenue is also huge. Do you want to
Okay,
hear?
I'm interested.
You're
Yeah,
interested now.
Yeah.
It's like 9 billion USD per year.
Wow.
And you want to hear the expected percentage of CAGR also?
Of course, yes. Yeah.
It's like 18 percentage.
My goodness. And would you be able to expand a little? Because see, I do not have much knowledge about what does actually mean, that 18% in terms
It's like
of.
expected growth, expected revenue from this medical tourism in the coming few years is like 18 percentage.
Wow.
That's very huge. Normally, if you are doing any business or international imports or exports, it is expected to be maybe yearly 2%, 3%, or 5%.
Okay.
So 18% is huge.
So the 18% is a big number, literally, and there must be some, research studies, facts based out to bring that particular number,
obviously.
right? Now, it's fascinating that just 6-7 years ago, or probably 10 years ago, when I was still in Hyderabad and working with Bank of America over here, I never heard of medical tourism or something on these lines. So can you also throw some light on when did this entire thing start, this medical tourism, when did it get started, or when did it actually get the government's attention of, okay, we can look at something on these lines as well?
Yes. So medical tourism was there previously also, but it's not on this big scale. Let's say other country people would, if they have Indian friends over there, they would come to India if they cannot, if they feel that it's very expensive, but not underserved communities.
Yeah.
The countries like, let's say UK, America, other countries, they would come to India. And an NRI who was living in other country, they would definitely say, Indians are like with the mindset like, don't spend too much.
Yeah.
But spending also, like my paternal uncle lives in USA. He always says like, when we are spending, he says like, we count in rupees.
Oh, okay.
So they normally, if somebody, an NRI who lives in other country, they want to get treated.
Correct.
Obviously, it's cheaper in India. They have family already here.
Correct.
They'll come to India and get treated.
Okay. So you're telling me that it always existed, but by choice. Yes.
By choice.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
now, like, we have patients coming from other countries, and India has initiated a program called Heal in India 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. Can you repeat what?
Heal in India.
Heal in India.
Heal in India.
Okay.
Which provides medical visa for somebody in other country who wants to get treated in India.
Yeah.
So that visa allows 1 or 2 members along with the patient.
Or
The
family members. Yeah.
Definitely, patient cannot travel alone.
100%.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that allows, and it's an enabler that they are marketing it also. The government is saying, come and get treated in India.
Correct.
So for Heal in India, we are saying, so Heal Tour is there.
Yeah. Heal in India with Heal Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's the kind of thing
yeah.
that we are trying to do.
Oh, that's nice. Absolutely. No, sounds really awesome, because it's not that I'm new to the country or I'm not aware. Like you rightly said, I still have some of my friends who, when have a dental issue, especially in US, I think that caused a huge bomb.
Yes.
Right? So when they have dental issues, if they can fix minor ones, they will fix there. But if it's a major root canal,
yes.
Or fixing a cavity, something on those lines, they come here and get it done.
Yes.
I think now it makes sense in that way.
The thing is, like, for dentistry, it won't be covered in their insurance.
That's also a point.
That's the reason why they are coming to India.
Yeah.
To get this dentistry things get done.
Correct. Yeah.
So our focus is not like those countries who are already developed. If suppose your insurance is covering, unless and until it exceeds the insurance amount, people won't come, because again they'll have to like take into account how
Yeah.
much they are spending here for stayings and other things.
Yeah.
But our concentration and other thing is like not them.
Okay.
Okay, someone who does not have proper healthcare or hospitals in their country.
Yes.
So
Okay.
they can afford a little bit of money,
Yeah.
but they can get it done at a lesser cost
Yeah.
and hassle free.
Yeah.
They don't have to have a tension like we don't have proper doctor in here even if we are paying him whether we'll be cured or not.
Not.
So that is not there in India. See, especially let's say Chennai is called as a medical hub of India in south. Okay, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
About the night, Chennai is called as medical hub of India for some reason. What's the
Yes.
reason? Because we have a very huge hospitals with 10,000 beds also in Tamil Nadu.
Correct. Oh, okay. Yeah.
People are not, understanding the potential how they can expand their services. Even if we are talking about mid-scale hospitals as well, they can scale themselves. They do have the potential and they do have this goodwill. Okay, if we are going to this state of India, definitely we'll find a good doctor.
Doctor, yeah. I think it's a belief system that's
Yes.
instilled in them,
yeah.
right? And once that belief comes in place, rest everything is just a physical
Yes.
process that needs
Yeah.
to be executed.
Yeah.
I have one more question. So what I've understood is, Prashanti, see, this is ఇది కనిపించడానికి చిన్నగా కనిపిస్తుంది కానీ ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఇస్ మ్యాసివ్ ఇన్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్ వే అండ్ ఐ సే దాట్ ఫ్రమ్ అ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ హౌ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ మన కళ్ళకు కనిపించేది ప్రాబబ్లీ హీల్ ఇన్ ఇండియా విత్ హీల్ టూర్
Yeah.
is working on supporting patients from global places, be it underprivileged or developed countries, so for them to come over here and receive that end-to-end treatment and transformation. But what I'm keen to learn is about వాళ్ళకు in case if they require any funding, does that government help in any way? అదొక question. Second, ఇక్కడ వాళ్ళు వచ్చిన తర్వాత for us, దట్ ఈస్ యూ ఆల్సో టోల్డ్ అబౌట్ కదా 18% ఇది ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి అన్నారు కదా మీరు. ఆ విధంగా చూస్తుంటే హౌ ఇస్ ఇట్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఫ్యూచర్లో ఎలా వెళ్ళబోతుంది? కెన్ యూ టచ్ అపాన్ దీస్ టూ ఫర్ మీ ప్లీజ్?
Sure. So when it comes to whether our country will aid them in any financial support to the patients that are coming to India, no, we are not doing. But few African countries are supporting their people who are coming to other countries, going to other countries for medical treatment
Yeah.
financially.
Yeah.
And coming to India itself, like we have now, as we have spoken earlier, Heal in India initiative by Narendra Modi ji.
Yeah.
So they
It's
have
actually
now
Heal in India by Heal Tour. So yes, Sri Narendra Modi ji, but yeah, Heal in India by Heal Tour. Ade manamu, that is what we want it to be. Anyway, yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
So, though he has mentioned like they wanted to give trust to medical tourism. So,
Correct.
if any state is building clusters for the medical tourism,
Correct.
the central government will pay them or give them some incentives.
Correct.
Let's say we have in Telangana, they are building Future City, in
Yeah.
which there will be a part which is specifically for this medical tourism part.
Okay.
And we do have similar kind of announcements given by Karnataka and not Telangana, Tamil Nadu as well. So let's say if for Telangana, in the Future City, if they are building a cluster for medical tourism,
Yeah.
a certain part of it will be the cost, or let's say the roads kind of things. They'll give incentives.
Correct.
How the central government will pay incentives it might not be in terms of money.
Correct.
They may take up the burden of laying the roads.
Correct.
No,
Entire
these
city
kind-
build
yes.
cheyadam, that particular place.
These kind of things,
infrastructure for that.
Infrastructure for that.
Correct.
And apart from that, coming to medical visas, they are giving medical visas on past phase. Now we know fast track passports, like this kind of thing. Somebody who is serious, they are
Yes.
giving the visas on priority basis.
Yeah.
So that way, the number of patients what we have discussed previously was like 2 million per year, right?
Correct.
So that will grow.
Absolutely.
That will grow rapidly.
Yes.
Other part we have discussed on like 18% CAGR at this moment. Right?
Correct.
So Modi ji has continuously was saying like 3 trillion to 5 trillion will grow on this one. So in that part, like we have this Heal in India and other policies that are given by the central government.
Yeah.
These help in like building the revenue and increasing it to the 5 trillion part.
Absolutely. So you are telling me that the road to 5 trillion assets,
Yes,
which is a
yeah.
vision that Shri
Vision,
Narendra
yes.
Modi ji has,
Yes.
all of these play a role in it in
yes.
its own
Yep,
way,
yep.
right? Oh,
So
wow.
it's not that
Yeah.
he is saying like we'll go to 5 trillion without any roadmap.
Correct.
He does have it.
Correct,
So now we
correct.
have seen with the CAGR of 18% in the medical tourism, which is now
Absolutely.
like currently 9 billion USD.
Correct.
With 18% CAGR, obviously it's easily achievable, and the central government is pitching in to support the states who are ready to build medical clusters.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean medical tourism clusters.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. The other thing you spoke earlier about, or you gave insights on, is about, not just underprivileged countries, but you also spoke about well-developed countries like from Europe, Germany,
yeah.
etc.
Well-developed countries, we have discussed about only the money part earlier. Okay, the
Yeah,
pricing part. Apart
correct.
from that, you yourself live in Australia.
Correct.
You tell me about the wait period. I do have a best friend who is living in Germany also.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear from you. What is the wait period for you?
Yes, especially see if there are smaller ones, then that is different. But if somebody, let's say it is not an emergency, let's say somebody has to go through some surgery, it is not emergency. Then the wait period sometimes can go up to 3 months, 6 months also, right?
Wait period is
yes,
6
wait,
months.
wait period will be can go to up to 3 months or 6 months.
I think
too.
by that time you can come to India and heal, get it done, and
Yeah.
you take your rest,
Yeah.
and then go back as
Yeah,
well.
that's what I was telling. Heal in India by Heal Tour. Time and again. That is
Time
what.
and
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Oh wow. I think also that is one of the major reasons why I think the wait
Yes,
period is
wait
one of the
period
major
is
reasons.
one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
And other developed countries, let's say USA does not give you more leaves as well.
100%. Oh, delivery
Obviously.
itself, I think 2.5, 3 weeks, Prashanti. That's way too sad when we talk about such things. But yeah. So earlier we spoke about మీరు ఒక pilot program చేస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పేసి, right? It was a pilot program that you are doing. And in that pilot program, you spoke about how you are supporting the mid-scale hospital. When I say supporting, you spoke about how the end-to-end of medical tourism is taken care by Heal Tour.
Yeah.
Now, what is it that Heal Tour as an organization is doing for those hospitals?
Yeah. So as we discussed earlier, mid-level hospitals lack visibility.
Correct.
Let's say visibility. We do have large hospitals that have visibility and all, though they cannot run the completely the end-to-end thing, but still they do have visibility, and people themselves like it inbuilt credibility for them. Like if you are going to this hospital, okay, there won't be any issues. It will be all will be good.
Yeah.
But this visibility and trust we should build for the mid-level hospitals also.
Correct.
What with we already we just don't send the leads to the hospitals. We just don't send the leads and then okay, that's done, sales job is done kind of thing. It's not that.
Yeah.
We provide the mid-level hospitals with the interpreters, counselors, and someone patient journey mapping coordinators. We'll provide them, and also with the digital systems that we already have, we market them.
Oh, so you're increasing the digital footprint?
Yes, obviously
Oh,
we are
yeah.
increasing that because
Yeah.
see, if it's within India, we can do a different kind of marketing, or we can share the patient stories and about the doctors, how they are successful and how their treatments are, very well and all. But when it's coming to international patients, so we obviously have to share them digitally only.
Correct.
Otherwise, it's not possible to reach. Now
Yes.
with this digital systems that's existing in the market,
Yes.
now we can do that. And
Yes.
apart from that, we have seen earlier also, I have mentioned like 300% of increase in international patient footfall for this hospital with whom we are working on the pilot program.
Oh, that's huge.
That's huge,
huge. Okay.
Earlier, like, see, when handling with international patients,
Yeah.
first thing comes to our mind is like, you are a doctor, let's say, I don't know their language, they don't know my language. How will I be able to communicate?
Correct.
So this is a huge, hindrance for the doctor himself.
Correct.
Or the hospital staff also, like whether we'll be able to manage it. With Heal Tour in hand, like we are supporting them with the interpreters and all, their confidence level also increased. Okay, we can handle international patients also.
Yes.
Especially
yes.
when See, it's there in Indian culture also. Somebody comes to our house.
Correct.
Okay, let's see what is the hospitality that we show to them.
Yeah.
That's the same for patients also. Let's say if
Absolutely.
somebody unwell is coming to our home, we think like we definitely should take care of them very well.
Correct. Correct.
You know, that's there. But first thing is like we always will have a doubt like, can we do it?
Yes.
Will they be happy with the service that we are providing?
Yes.
So that's not there anymore. They feel like, okay, we are confident, we definitely can serve the international patients.
Correct.
This is all happened because of Heal Tour. We have taken the burden of handling the international patients from end to end of this hospital.
Yeah, and it's also a win-win situation,
Win-win situation
right?
for both,
Total
yes.
win-win situation is what I see over here. Wow, that's so good. And you know what I also want to ask? I know we have been talking and talking and talking about, you know, medical tourism, India, heal in India by Heal Tour, etc. But why India, Prashanti?
No, that's what I just mentioned with you, the cultural thing in India.
Yeah.
Other part is like medical excellence that we have. I'm not saying that other people don't have it, other
Yeah.
countries, but the quality
Yeah.
and the humanitarian touch that we give,
Yeah.
we share with them. Our people have more empathy, they show more empathy.
Yeah.
And when we feel like somebody is coming to our home for treatment and all, we think like that person is trusting us. That
Yeah.
person is trusting and coming to our country.
Yeah.
That patriotic thought we'll get like they should not go from here without getting it treated. They should not get a negative opinion on us.
Yes.
Inbuilt ourselves we have. Other
Yes.
thing is like we have, as I mentioned earlier, ample number of hospitals are there.
Correct.
Who have very good talent.
Correct.
So that's where the quality comes in.
Yeah.
And also it's not, as we said, like it's not a financial bomb on the patient.
Absolutely. And you know, with what you said about our empathy and from our
Yeah.
culture, I get this Sanskrit word Atiti Devo Bhava,
Atiti Devo Bhava,
right?
yes.
It's the way we look at them as,
Yeah.
and I think that serves a lot in there.
Yep.
It's not just about, you know, doing a surgery and then the healing. The more healing actually starts from within.
within, yes.
The healing starts from within, which means when I know that I have someone to care for, I know I'm in good hands, I know I am respected, I know that, you know, I can trust them. I think the healing automatically starts from
Yes.
there. And the surgery is a procedure that needs to be done for
Obviously.
them to feel good.
Yes.
So we have been talking about Heal in India,
India.
by Heal Tour, and the name also goes so well. So it's very fascinating that I have had so much good conversation with you, and I've definitely learned a lot. But you know, one question that keeps running in my mind on why India? Do we have some facts and figures that which you would want to share? And also, you know, adding to the culture that we come from, is there anything at all that you think India should be the hotspot for people to come in? If you could share, please.
India is already the hotspot for the medical tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as I have told you earlier, the cultural thing where we have more empathy and
Correct.
as you have mentioned earlier, like Atiti Devo Bhava, the feeling that we have,
Yeah.
somebody comes to your home,
Yeah.
you definitely would like to take care of them completely.
Yeah.
And the service thing that I said earlier,
Yeah.
which like if we are doing service to somebody, we in self like will feel happy.
Yes.
And also from ancient time as well, everybody says like the medicine and the treatments are born in India. But I don't know how much proves that we have
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But it is said like it's born in India, and our doctors prove that.
Yeah, yeah.
The like achievements that they are making, and the treatment, the success rates and everything is proving. Apart from that, we can talk about financial burden also. It can be up to like difference of 30 to 70% from what they might be spending in their countries.
Oh wow! So you're telling me that there is a saving of 30
Saving
to
of 30 to
70%?
70%.
Okay, okay, all right. I mean, that's very significant, right? They might
Yes,
want to use it for
obviously.
something else
Yeah.
rather than spend on their surgery or
Surgery
their health.
Because most of the treatment what people might have seen in their countries must be very expensive.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
In India itself, if we find someone who are lower middle class,
Correct.
our government is providing them with we have government hospitals and
Yeah.
all. There are countries where they don't have like at least 3 doctors per 1,000 members.
Hmm.
They don't even have 3 doctors per 1,000 members. That's very least number.
Yeah, yeah.
So for those countries, few countries, their governments are aiding their patients who are traveling to other countries with financial support.
Yes.
But there might be countries who might not be able to support them.
Yeah.
This 30 to 70% cost difference helps a lot actually.
Absolutely. No, that's a huge number,
Yeah.
right? Huge number. Oh, wow. Very insightful, very interesting learning about more about Heal Tour, to be very precise, Prashanti. So, given that, most of them are international patients, and
Yes.
that's what our conversation is about with medical tourism, Heal in India by Heal Tour or with Heal Tour. So, are there any other approaches that are being used? Now, let's say there are countries where India is
Yeah.
not connected,
Yes.
right? Through flight, we do not have connection. So, are there any other approaches that are being used, or what's happening in that space, Prashanti?
So in that space, the state, I mean, the government also is trying to collaborate with international airlines to start their flights to India from those countries. Apart from that, one more thing is like we are also in discussions with one of the largest airlines in India.
Oh, something surprise coming out very soon, is it?
Very soon, yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk to the
So-
founder, Kiran, about this then on what it is.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
with them, like we would like to establish a system where they can assist the international patients travel from their countries to India.
Okay, okay. And when, and the intention is about making them as.
Making their travel easy.
Okay, okay.
Because
yeah.
let's say if this airline discusses with their country and starts airport over there, it's easy for people. They don't have to go and search like online, like the prices are very high.
Correct.
Or else they might not be able to get a flight ticket in the required time.
Yeah.
So they will, these people, this kind of thing, maybe we'll discuss about that later.
Yes.
I
Yes,
don't
of
want
course.
to go
Yeah,
in
yeah.
depth. We are still working this out.
Yes.
So
yes.
if everything goes well, definitely we'll come up with something else.
Of course, yes. Another podcast, probably, Prashanti.
Definitely.
Cool. Probably that podcast should be more about, how Heal Tour grew from where
Yes.
it was to
Yeah.
where it is
Obviously.
currently. Yeah, right.
So, Purnima, we were talking about how we met each other like 8 years ago. I remember it's around like 2017 or 18.
Yes, 2017. Approximately 2017 or early 2018 sorts
2018
of. Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So I know you from there, like being you were searching for an IT job and planning to move to Australia, and then after you moved to Australia.
Yeah, voice roll.
So
Hi.
after you have moved to Australia, I have seen you like searching for jobs. In between, suddenly I have seen a post that you have sent a message like I'm doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how did this transformation have come? I know about your story, how you have faced issues with your own health, like
Correct.
hormone imbalance and all.
Correct.
What is it that has come to your mind? Why have you felt like why should you do this?
Yeah, so see, I believe in something called as, if I learn something, I should pass on. And we come from a country where every 8 out of 10 women have thyroid issues in some form or other.
Yeah.
And others have PCOD, PCOS issues, which are rampantly growing at this point in time. So for me, the struggle was always about how do I work on myself? So when I approached you at that point in time, when I approached you for a job in Australia, at that point in time, I was actually taking thyroid medication.
Oh.
Yeah, I was taking thyroid medication, but behind my mind, it was always running, Prashanti, that what is it I can do to go off those medications?
Off those medications,
So
yes.
every person I asked, what are you doing to go off? They are like, once on thyroid pills, always on it.
No,
There is
doctor say like once you start on it, like you can never go back.
Absolutely. So that is what I was told. I'm like, all right, fine. You keep telling that. I know what I have to do, or I will learn what I have to do. And when I cut the long story short, so after moving to Australia, there were certain things that happened in my family with respect to my mom being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So that was a wake-up call for me, sorts of. Right? Yeah, my mom has been always healthy with her diet, with her exercise. She's my inspiration and motivation behind me doing exercises, me following a clean diet, not eating outside and all. But then when she was diagnosed with the cancer, that is stage 4, all of a sudden, I was like, there has to be something beyond it. It cannot be just that, oh, okay, you're eating well,
Yeah.
you're exercising, and then, everything is taken care of. No, there has to be something behind it. And I worked on myself. I think, the best project I have done till now is to work on myself, Prashanti. And that's something I speak also as a keynote speaker. I do talk about code to confidence, how I was coding in IT sector, and with respect to confidence in building my own project from within. So when I did that, that is what motivated me to go out and stand in an audience and say, if I can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I want, like, as you have brought up the topic that you are in IT sector, so you do have two beautiful sons. I know.
Yeah.
I know Vamshi as well. Like,
Yes.
you know how you must be very lucky for him to be supportive as well. I think
Absolutely.
so.
100%. No doubt about
So
it.
how are you managing? So you wrote a book. You
Yeah.
are doing sessions online for the women that are in distress or somebody who was very depressed with their personal things.
Yeah.
You are already there. You are always there. When I see any post of yours, like, how is she doing this?
Yeah, yeah. So there are a couple of ways. One, I also look at Prime Minister Shri Modi ji. He has 24 hours.
Yeah.
I have 24 hours. Now he runs a country. I just have to run my home and probably the business that which I have set up. So now if I keep that aside, I'm very, very disciplined with what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm an early riser. And I think people who are early risers, they finish most of the things before other
Before
people
other
wake
people's
up.
wake up.
Right? So I
Yeah.
wake up between 4:30, 4:45. I brush, bath, meditate, exercise. Those are my non-negotiables every single day.
Oh,
Because that is what keeps me grounded. Otherwise, it's very easy to get lost in this chaos. You can keep complaining, you can keep cribbing, you can keep saying, "Oh, this is not working, that's not working." But in the chaotic world, I find my peace. And when I do that brush, bath, meditate, exercise, I'm sorted for that day. Now, that does not mean, Prashanti, that, oh, Purnima has come down from the clouds as an angel. No, 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 no. Purnima has her ups and downs as well. But most of the days are like this. So when I do this, and like you mentioned, Vamsi is very supportive. So he does household chores. He doesn't, shy away from washing utensils or putting clothes in the washing machine, because we live in a country where there is no domestic
domestic help,
right?
yes.
I am my own Lakshmi. Vamsi is his own, we had a male help by name Bhaskar. So Vamsi is Vamsi and Bhaskar. I am Purnima and Lakshmi as well. So when we work cohesively with each other,
Yeah.
I think that is what helps. But yeah, there are days when I get very tired too. Meditation helps me to relax and unwind. Yeah.
So how do you plan your entire day? So let's leave about the day that your start of the day.
Yeah.
So rest of the day, I know you go to office.
Yes.
It's work from office only.
Yeah.
And apart from that, how do you manage this sessions that you're taking? So will you take it every day, or is it on the weekends only?
No, I don't work on weekends.
You don't work
So
on weekends, no?
I don't work on weekends. So weekends is purely family time for me. So in the weekdays, which is Monday to Friday, I do something called as intention setting. I think even our viewers who are going to watch us, if people think, oh, but time is not sufficient for me, no matter what I want to do, I just cannot do. There is something called as intention setting. It's a proved science that when you wake up in the morning, keep alarm for 3 minutes on your phone to get started with. Nako, I don't need alarm, but yeah, keep alarm for 3 minutes on your phone. And then, you think about what are the different things you're going to do that. It is with intention of wanting to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, even if it means adding one new thing on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. Now, the thinking about it, and then journaling. So the way our subconscious mind works, the pineal gland, the axis that it works is, when you think about it, people talk about manifestation, right?
Yeah.
Manifestation is not magic. Manifestation is intentional conscious thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, very intentionally conscious thinking is what manifestation is, and taking aligned actions accordingly. Right? So that said, when I think about it and then I write it down, by the end of the day, I'll keep checking them off. Now, there are very high chances that I wrote 9, I could check only 6. So the next day, my intention is going to be about working on these three and anything else that comes in. So be it my client calls, be it my sessions that I take, be it my team meeting, and I also believe in delegating, Prashanti. I don't like micromanaging. I don't micromanage. So, my team does most of the thing. Like, for example, our conversation is also managed by my team.
Yes.
Right? So, they do most of the work that needs to be done, while I watch them, provide them with inputs, support them, and do all of those aspects.
Okay.
So, that way it helps, manage or bring that work-life balance, if that's the word to use.
I'll definitely try this, like thinking with intention.
Intention
I
setting.
myself feel like always like I don't have enough time. I feel that.
Yes, yeah.
I'll try to do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So now let's go and talk about the book that you wrote. I'm very much interested in the book that you have mentioned like hormone reset.
Correct.
So as you have mentioned, like if somebody gets thyroid,
Yeah.
people say that there is no reset for it.
Correct.
You have to take it continuously your whole life.
Correct.
The same thing for PCOS also. Now we have, I know that PCOS is not a disease.
Correct.
Even diabetics is not a disease. You can reverse both of them, but
Yeah.
there is no enough knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, the doctors themselves, I'm not sure why they are not saying this to
Yeah.
the patient. They themselves are saying like, no, there is no cure for this. You have to take hormonal tablets.
Correct.
You must take them. So why people are saying that? And what is it that you have mentioned in this book that can, you know, destroy these myths that they have to be medicated, you know, for their entire life?
Yeah. So the book, you know, if you the book actually covers a very layman language, as in people have told me that, you know, it was just a weekend read, but for me it should not be a just weekend read and goes to the bookshelf. Because I have given some questions that people should think about. I have given some actions in the book that people can take. Right, so it is a book of action rather than book of just, it's not a fiction story.
Yeah.
Right, it is a book of action, honestly. So when people read through it and implement, I have had people come back and tell me they have seen huge shift in their overall health. Now, be it thyroid, PCOD, PCOS, any hormonal imbalance, I think things are slowly shifting. See, probably everyone in our life have our own targets.
Yeah.
Now, be it doctors, be it anybody, we have our own targets. We have goals of how we want to achieve by the end of month. So that might be one of the reasons. I'm not really sure of. Probably that might be one of the reasons. But apart from that, I think even we as humans, we just want easy fixes.
Definitely, we just want
right?
fixes.
Okay, it's thyroid, right? One pill every morning, and then it's sorted, is what we believe.
Yes.
Likewise with PCOD, PCOS, okay, one contraceptive pill every single day. What we
And
might...
it is supported by the doctors whom we trust.
Yes.
So we trust them, we think like, okay, they said it's true.
Correct.
We just think, okay, it is true and it is not curable.
Yeah.
So my personal thing is like what you have mentioned, think with intention, and also you have to decide in your mind like, this is curable.
Yes.
Otherwise, you won't be able to reverse it.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I think that is very important that we need to have that mindset.
Yes.
Right? If we do not come with that mindset of, yes, I will want to work on it and reverse it, then
No.
yeah, you're just going to stay stuck in that
Yes.
medication forever.
Yeah.
But there is global awareness that's coming, Prashanti, and these days even doctors, you know, they tell if your hypothyroidism or TSH levels are not above 10, then you don't need medication. You can
Okay.
reverse it by changing your lifestyle. Now, when they say that, they say with pure intention. But, you know, we as human beings, are we ready to take those steps?
No,
Do
right.
do we want to work on, do we know how to work on it and then reverse? No. So that is where, you know, in the book also I've covered about what is it that we could do. I have educated about insulin, I've educated about hunger hormones, I've educated about why we emotionally eat.
Yeah.
So I've covered all of those topics in the book Hormone Reset. And this is something that I educate in my program as well. So we have the Body, Mind, Soul Alignment program.
Yeah.
And in that program is what, you know, where I go into the deep issues of the why. Why is it that a person is diagnosed with thyroid? Why is it a person is diagnosed with PCOD, PCOS? And when we know the why, it's easy to work with it.
It's nice to hear, Purnima. I have a question. Like we know, like women, we go through a lot of stress, either
Correct.
be at work and at home also. But the stress that affects women are different.
Yes.
Like it's different from how it affects men.
Correct.
So what would you advise to this generation women, especially they are, you know, like you are also handling both the things. You're handling home and work.
Correct.
And you're as an entrepreneur also.
Yeah.
So you're handling all these things, right?
Correct.
How you said like you do meditate.
Yes.
Apart from that, there will be a certain point comes to like we break down.
Yes.
We feel like we want to cry and all these
Yes.
kind of things. That's like that stress is overwhelming.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest to the?
Yeah, so when I feel like crying, I cry, Prashanti. To be very honest with you, right? See, we have portrayed ourselves to be very strong.
Yes.
Right? Very often, we have always told ourselves that, oh, that's a small issue, that's okay. But no, when we actually kill those emotions and are not truly exhibiting it,
Yeah.
that is where the problem starts to happen. So even if it is me, if there are any situations, circumstances that which puts me really low, I try to work on myself by detaching from it. But as a human, it's not always possible. right? I
Obviously,
have
it's not
emotions,
possible.
so I do let it go with tears, and I journal a lot. So science again has, proven that when everything that is running here, it is put on pen and paper, we are kind of releasing those emotions. And you start to feel better when you journal. That journaling is a huge task. You will not want to journal, you will not want to do anything, you will feel like just crying and sitting and, probably shutting yourself off completely. But yeah, once you do a part of it about crying and on those lines, if you're able to work on, you doing journaling, writing what is it that is bothering you, that will be very helpful. All right, so it was a beautiful conversation with Prashanti today in understanding what Heal Tour does. So, this resonates in my mind, and I want it to resonate in your mind that Heal in India with Heal Tour is going to go massive. So, and the way it connects with me, it comes from a space of, I work with women more so on their healing angle, and that is from internal healing, which is what even Heal Tour does with that empathy, with that human touch. And so today, if you are watching this and know a person or know someone of who needs that healing, who needs that support in their health sector and would love them to be invited to India, feel free to get in touch with Heal Tour. Thank you.
So, thank you, Purnima. Thanks for being on this podcast with Heal Tour. If you are someone who is facing problems with thyroid or PCOS, PCOD, or any other distress, especially women, like you can reach out to Purnima on her Insta page, and you can see what she is doing, how she is changing lives. You can reach out to her on Instagram.